Goals suck, so you can do this instead. The reason I know this topic so well is because I used to work in corporate America, and everything was talked about in terms of goals. Smart goals, stretch goals, get these goals so you get your bonus, goals, goals, goals. And yes, although I completely understand the importance of it, having that just thrust down my throat all the time makes me sit here now as a business owner, and yes, I'm still goal driven, but I talk about them differently now. So I'm going to get into the guts of it, but I first want to, if we haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I want to let you know I'm Connie Jo Holmes, and I'm the founder of Confidence with Connie, as well as Be You to Be Full Hypnosis and Coaching. And I know this topic so well because not only do I have 30 years of corporate America where everything was goals, but also I've done all this work myself. But I have also, every day, I help my clients with this because they come to me because they're stuck. They have a goal that they want to reach. And even though we might not talk about it in terms of goals, they are here and they want to be here. And therefore, they come to me and we talk through things. I do hypnosis with them, some NLP, different things like that to help them reach their desired outcomes. And so now I want to just share with you about why goals suck and what we can actually do instead. Okay. So everyone tells you to set goals, bigger goals, smarter goals, stretch goals. And if you're not hitting them, then apparently you're just not disciplined enough, right? But here's the truth that no one wants to tell you out loud. And what that is goal setting doesn't fail because you're lazy. It fails because it's incomplete. And so why goals can actually suck for so many people is because when we are focused on our goals, we are living in our future. I'll be happy when I hit that goal. I'll feel confident when I get there. I'll finally relax once it's done. And so when we're always moving and thinking in the future, our nervous system can actually get stressed, always chasing this finish line that sometimes keeps on moving. Then the other thing is sometimes goals can be triggered by old identity wounds. So if you have been somebody who you've struggled with reaching goals in the past, just that word alone can trigger some stress in you. Or if you have tried multiple times to reach the same goal and you haven't been fully successful, well, that right there, you can start to come at it from a mindset of lack. And whenever we're in a mindset of lack, our mind is very, very closed. And so we need to actually expand our mind. All right. So those are some of the things that we'll get into. And sometimes too, another reason why we might be triggered by those old identity wounds is that it's like, see, I fail. I just can't trust myself. Well, that's not coming at anything from a good, solid foundation. And so the other part of this is that goals sometimes ignore who you're being. You can hit a goal and still feel empty. You can feel burned out, disconnected, unfulfilled. Because goals measure output and not always necessarily alignment. My previous video, which maybe you can check in the description box below, but my previous video actually goes into detail about that, about how sometimes even if we hit goals, they feel a little empty. And that's because a goal is something we want to reach, whereas a value is something we want to be. And so sometimes connecting into the value of what that goal is providing to us, that is what can be the thing that keeps that goal reachable for us. So what do we do instead? So we can stop chasing goals and we can start designing our identity, our standards, and our direction. So instead of asking, what do I want to achieve? Maybe you can ask, who do I choose to be? What am I no longer available for? And maybe even what standards do I live by now, no matter what? My previous video talked about having the standard that you no longer put crap in your body, having the standard that your body only accepts whole and nutritious foods. So those are some examples with that. Because when your identity is clear, your decisions get much, much easier. Your actions get consistent, and the results become a byproduct and not always that battle. because goals come from the point of someday I'll arrive, where your identity says, this is who I am now. And so when you come from that place, you no longer chase motivation, you don't force that discipline, and you don't abandon yourself to prove something. Instead, you just live differently. You embody things differently because you're becoming something instead of striving towards something. Do you feel that difference? I do, just saying that. So I hope this was helpful, but in conclusion, I just want to share with you that maybe just not even using the word goal, maybe setting intentions for yourself. Because with intentions, we can live inside of that every single day. Whereas goals, it seems like it's always something out here. Because then when we reach it, now what? Now what do I do with it? Now it's the next goal, right? So we're always living out into the future. And sometimes it feels good just to live in the present. So I want to tell you, this year I am running a series and it's called Live Out Loud. And these videos are part of it. But every single month I am hosting a webinar. And that webinar actually does a deeper dive on these topics. And so if that is something that interests you, please look in the description box below. And I would love to see you on the Zoom screen. All right. Thank you so much.